Hey everybody, I am Haley Gray and I'm the group owner in the Women's Entrepreneur Network. I hope that you are having an amazing week and that this week has been awesome for you. It is Friday, September 18th, and we are here preparing for the Women's Entrepreneur Network Summit, which starts next Thursday. So y'all are going to hear me talk about it quite a bit. And part of the theme of that summit is building your dream business online. And I wanted to cover a topic tonight, which is very near and dear to my heart, which is why so much of what you hear about online marketing and in the online world is a lie. If you're on the live, give me a hashtag live. If you're on the replay, give me a hashtag replay. I would love to hear from you on this. This is going to be a topic that is really near and dear to my heart because there are a lot of exaggerations, a lot of falsehoods, a lot of bills of goods that are sold to new business owners, to small business owners in the online world. There's a lot of things that you're told you should do, that you could do. This whole passive income streams thing, it's not that these things don't exist at all. It's that, I think that 1 in 100 are successful. And I would personally rather educate you on the way that the 97% are successful, rather than focusing on being that 1 in 100 or 1 in 1,000 who happen to get lucky doing this kind of a thing. So let's talk about, some of the misconceptions and some of the bills of goods, the lies that are told in the online space with regards to marketing. So the first one that I see a ton of is you need to have a great website. You need to start building a great website immediately before you start doing sales. It is complete bupkis. Y'all, I sell websites. I love doing websites. We do custom websites for our clients. Come to me and we will get you an awesome website. But I also talk people out of doing websites pretty regularly because a website is just a piece of your overall marketing in your business. And it's just an online business card for your business. And it should have a clear call to action and you know where you're going with that website. Not everybody needs a website. And what's kind of funny is people don't necessarily need that website immediately in their business. Because why? One of the things that happens when we get our businesses up and running is that we go through this fast fail cycle. And what happens is you try things, you do things, you try to grow your business a particular way. Maybe it doesn't work. Maybe you don't hit the right target. Maybe you have the wrong copy. Maybe your audience is wrong. Maybe all of this stuff doesn't work. Well, one of the cool things about not building your website to start with is that if you can fail fast and you can fail often, and hey, Paula, good to see you. If you can do those things quickly without investing a ton of money into it and a ton of time and a ton of effort and putting 3 years of your life into building this business and this website and this stuff, you're going to do really well. And in fact, I'll tell you, one of the biggest failures I had ever in the online space, it cost me about $25,000. I said it. It actually cost me more than that because I was working with a coach and I wanted to do a launch for an online course for new business owners. It was before I really had an audience. So what did I do? I built a beautiful course website. It was stunning. I spent $5,000 on it. I built all of the stuff out and we started running ads. And we ran ads and we ran ads and I ran it past my business coach and she's like, oh my God, this is amazing. This is wonderful. And I got one sale. And in retrospect, there were a lot of reasons why that launch failed. And it's not mindset. It's not any of that. It wasn't that I didn't try hard enough. It was that I didn't have enough clients to start with. I didn't have enough following to start with to go into that type of model for marketing. And I didn't recognize in it, and I didn't see the warning signs. And it's this whole thing that you're sold online of, develop this course and then you can make $1,000 a student. And if you just throw enough ads at it and you build the funnel right, then you're going to get the sales. Well, obviously, I hired a copywriter. I did all the stuff. I stood on my head. I clicked my heels. I did all of the things. And none of it worked. And it was painful. And it was painfully expensive. And hey, Patty, and hey, Paula, and hey, Charmaine, good to see you. So, this was literally a $25,000 mistake because I was building all of the things in my business before I had a real following, before I was really connecting with people. And it cost me a lot of money. It cost me a lot of frustration. It cost me a lot of time. I got my feathers singed. I had my ass handed to me, and it was really, really painful because I went in and I built all of this stuff before I tested the market first. And I was working with a business coach. I was actually working with a couple of online business coaches who were supposed to be really amazing. And what I got for that, my tail feathers singed. I got my butt handed to me. And I see it happen over and over and over again. I hear stories of entrepreneurs in the online space of, oh my God, I spent $5,000. I spent $10,000. I spent $50,000 on coaches and on doing this launch and on building this funnel and doing all this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I hear that over and over and over again. And it's like a really ugly kind of Ponzi scheme. You get the new people in who have the stars in their eyes, who are trying to grow a business, who are wanting to make money. And what ends up happening? They end up getting burned. They put all of this money in. They're hiring all of these coaches who coach coaches who coach coaches who really have essentially no experience. And they're just hoping to get that next client or that first client or maybe that second client. And they're going to charge you $5,000 for the experience, but they have no practical job experience. They have no practical business experience, but hey, they're going to coach you into doing this stuff. And they're going to tell you to do the most ludicrous things, build the website, do the funnel, do all the things. And what do you end up with at the end of it? Nothing. And it is really frustrating. What do you need to do instead, right? Back up for just a second, right? The next thing I hear a lot of is, well, you need to be on Facebook and you need to be on Instagram and you need to do Snapchat and you need to do Pinterest and you need to do a blog and you need to do a podcast and you need to do a website and you need to do all this stuff. Y'all, if you do all of this stuff when you're first starting your business, you are going to drive yourself straight into the ground. It is one of the biggest pieces of bull hockey that I think I've ever heard. This, right? Coaches who coach coaches who coach coaches, right? And you get this whole thing where, you're getting told to do all the stuff all the time. If you're spending 900 hours a day marketing, there is no way that you can possibly serve the clients that you get. And chances are, if you're spending that much time marketing, you haven't done the market research. You don't understand things well enough. If you're not generating 100,000 or more in income a year, it's not working. So it's time to take a step back and do one thing and do it really well. A lot of times we're told to do all of the things, the blogging, the podcasting, and it's just making noise. And the problem is that we don't stick with one thing long enough to be successful. I see it all the time. People will do something for 2 weeks. They'll do it for 6 weeks. They'll do it for 2 months. And by golly, if it's not successful in 2 months, they're going to flush that down the toilet and move on to the next thing. I see it sometimes with my WEN Live speakers. They get frustrated if they're not getting a ton of traction in 30 days or 45 days. The reality is that, they need to stick with it longer. They need to engage with people. They need to connect with people. If you're not building relationships with people, then of course you're not going to get the clients. And if you're trying to do 50,000 things, there's no way that you can possibly build the relationships with people or build enough of a foundation in any one thing to be successful. You're just building stilts into the air and hoping that one of them eventually catches a client somewhere, rather than having a strong foundation in your business, a strong marketing strategy, a strong plan, and putting the pieces together as it makes sense for your business, because there's no two businesses that are exactly the same. And if I hear the words, just follow my simple system one more time, I think I'm going to scream bloody murder. Seriously, just follow my simple, easy system. Yeah, you might maybe manage to get lucky, but what you're doing is following somebody's system who happened to do one thing one time, who got lucky, who happened to get, 5,000 followers on Twitter or whatever. And then, you know what? They fell off the side of the earth. They fell off the face of the earth. It doesn't mean that it's replicatable. It doesn't mean that they have a process that they can replicate and duplicate and do over and over and over again, because chances are they may not even understand why what they did in the first place was successful. And it's important to understand why what you did was successful, because then you can also understand why it might fail. And it is so important to really understand why things are successful and why they're not. And following my simple 3-step process is not going to help you understand why it was successful, and if things are going wrong, why they're not going to work, and why things are failing. And it's one of the biggest misconceptions I see in the online space, and one of the biggest lies, because people copy and they try to duplicate, but they don't think through what they're doing and why something might work in this instance, but not work in this instance. And hey, Beth, good to see you. So, it's almost like a lie that we're perpetuating in the online space. You've got coaches who are telling coaches who are teaching people to do these methods that may not even work. Or if they don't work in a particular case, people just don't even understand why it doesn't work. And they can't do the analysis of why it doesn't work. It may be that you're being affected by a particular change in a Facebook algorithm that is completely obliterating all your ads. But you don't know that because you can't debug the problem well enough to understand that. So the next thing is, do you actually need every single piece that you're doing in your business? Do you need to hire out that VA? Do you need to really get that new piece of software? Do you need that new whatever? So the shiny object syndrome is very alive and real with online entrepreneurs. And anybody who's a digital marketer is also similarly affected by the shiny object syndrome. And what happens is there's all this amazing new software that comes out, all of these ideas, all of these things that you can hire out in your business. And yes, you can hire a graphic designer who's going to be 1,000 times better than you. But that doesn't mean that hiring it out, spending the money, doing all the things is really necessary in order for you to make money in your business. Sure, it's a nice to have. It is great to have well-produced videos. It's lovely to have the latest microphone, the latest computer, the latest of everything. It's phenomenal. It's all a business expense. It's all a completely legitimate business expense. But do you have to spend the money in that way? Do you really need to be spending the money in that way? Is it serving you to its best and highest good? In a lot of cases, I would argue that it's probably not. I feel a lot of times like telling people to get their hands out of my wallet. Stop recommending that I go do pricey, expensive things in my business, whether it's software or a funnel software or whatever it is that is not ultimately mission critical for my business. Because you know what? Spending money sounds fun. Spending money is great fun. But the reality is it goes out much faster than it comes in. And believe me, I've burned through a lot of money. I've learned that lesson the hard way. And, if you can control your expenditures in your business, a lot of times you don't need to worry as much about the top line revenue, because you control the bottom line revenue numbers in your business. So All of this spend money freely, do this, do that, do the other, is going to kill your business. And you're not even going to know what hit you. So what do you do? Like, seriously, what do you do in the face of all of this? Coaches who coach coaches, who coach coaches, who do whatever, right? And, you know, the stuff and the websites and the other things, you know, the thing that you need to do and focus on is starting your business by offering a simple product or service. It doesn't mean that you're not going to add on. Chances are you're eventually going to add things into your business. It doesn't mean that you don't need an email list. It doesn't mean that you don't need to do those things in your business. It just means that you're not doing them right now. It just means that you're not spending that money right now until the business can actually support those activities. Do you hire a graphic designer? Eventually, maybe, if it really makes sense. I've seen people who have literally made $1 million a year online who have had almost absolutely no help because they've been super smart and super savvy about what they've spent their money on and how they've spent their money and where they've allocated their resources. And I think that it's really important to pay attention to that because, you know, so many times we're off here hiring out all the stuff that we don't want to do, don't want to learn, don't feel like we can learn. Well, some of it we don't really have to do in our businesses in the first place. You know, you don't have to have an expensive funnel. You can keep track of clients using a Google spreadsheet. You can send out invoices using Wave apps or Square or Stripe. So you can get paid, you can send out contracts, you can do all kinds of stuff without having to do the expensive software. HelloSign will allow you to send out a certain number of contracts a month for free. So there are things that you can do that are very low and no cost in your business if you're really savvy about it and you're persistent and you're willing to do the lifting to find those tools, to find the resources and figure out how to run your business from the bootstrap up. Now, could your business get funding? Maybe. Truth is, it can be hard to get SBA loans. Truth is, it can be really hard to get venture capital. Absolutely. Unless you're a tech business or you're developing something that's a brand new product or service that's never been seen before, it's going to be hard to get that venture capital funding. Sometimes you can get SBA loans if you're doing something that involves buying a lot of inventory. But then the problem is that you've got this Mongo loan that you then need to pay back at like 10% interest. And I have known business owners who have gotten SBA loans who spend most of their time literally figuring out how to jigger, you know, their payments between their SBA loans and their business. And it gets really, really painful and it gets super expensive. And, you know, it is a lot of trouble. And this is one of the things that I see in the online space, right? It's this wild bits and pieces of information, and not all of it's entirely baked. Not all of it's quite put together the way it needs to be. And that's part of why I started the Women's Entrepreneur Network. It's part of why, it's exactly why I'm doing the WEN Summit next week. That is about helping people build their dream businesses online, helping you build your dream business online, because it's not about spending more money than the next person. It's about getting you the tools and resources when you need them, how you need them, in a way that means that you can actually interpret them and do with them. It's not about doing, you know, all of the crazy things. It's about finding the things that are going to work the best for you, for your business, at the particular time that you're at in your business and the particular stage and process that you're at in your business. Not about, you know, oh, well, you're a brand new business owner. Hey, here, go hire 4 people. You know, it's about understanding what it's like to be a brand new business owner and helping you get those tools and resources and the right people. If you're a little bit further along, then we also have speakers that are addressing the a little bit further along. And, you know, it's important to get the right help and the right experts in the right place for your business, so that you can grow your business, so that you can make more money, so that you are successful and you're not struggling. And the other thing too is that you don't have to make as much money if you're not spending as much money, if you don't have as much waste, if you don't have as much fat to trim out of your business, it can be absolutely amazing. So I hope that this helps you. If you guys have registered for the summit, please give me a hashtag registered and let me know that you have registered. I would love to see the people that have registered. Right now, we've got about 150 people registered with about a week to go. We're going to be doing some drawings on Sunday. We're going to be doing some amazing giveaways. And I am really, really looking forward to this event. And yay, Patty. Yeah, it is set up for different stages. And I deliberately chose the speakers for the event because the speakers that are coming to the event are actually specifically designed or chosen because I understand what it's like at different stages of the event or of the business, but it's important to find the common pain points that we have and address those. So thank you, Paula. It is really about making sure that, you know, we're at the right stage and the right place in our businesses so that, you know, we're getting the right information. But I chose speakers specifically because they would be able to help people in a broad range of positions in their business and hopefully help them see better results by doing that. So we have got 18 speakers. We've got a couple of extra surprises coming in. I think we're going to actually be at something like 21, 22, including some short little vignettes and some other things. We have a number of cool surprises that are going to happen during the event, during the WEN Summit, and I am really looking forward to it. We have a VIP set of series that are happening. So Wednesday night, we are having a reception. Thursday night, we're having a pajama party with me. We're going to be talking about, you guys guessed it, Facebook groups. And then Friday night, we have a VIP session where I am doing a panel discussion with Tracy Taylor, Jenny Midgley, and Tessa Ashford. And we're going to be talking about getting clients in the online space. So we're going to be talking about how you can leverage social media specifically to get clients. Because a lot of people are like, well, how do I take people from out here to in here to get them to clients? And some of it is really being able to start the conversations and knowing how to read the signals and the smoke signals and the subtle social signals that people are giving you so that you can know when it's okay to approach them and when they're likely to be really annoyed. And there are some definite signals that happen in the online space that will help you determine, you know, is this a right fit for me or is this not a right fit for me right now to approach this person? So I hope that you will register for the summit. Paula has been commenting here. She's one of our speakers. I see Beth Elkase here. She is also going to be one of our speakers. She's going to be doing her signature talk during the summit. We've got Martha Dubois. We've got so many amazing speakers. I can't list them all because my brain is just honestly too dead because all I've been doing is the summit run this week, and I'm so excited. So anywho, I am going to do one more thing before I sign off for the night, and I'm going to do a card bowl. Y'all have seen these before if you've ever been on my lives, and this is the Love Your Inner Goddess. And I would love for you to tell me top or bottom. And if Mega's out here, I think she will eventually see it. She'll want the 7th from the top. But let me know if you want the top or the bottom. And I will go ahead and I will start shuffling. And by all means, please let me know which card you would like me to pull. And sudden attention. Woohoo! Card pulls. Aren't they fun? Right, Paula? So yes, Patty says top for luck. Okay, you got top. Anybody else? Okay, 2 for the top. Okay, so here's my top, and I will pull it. And we have Peacock Priestess, and I'll get the bottom here for you in a minute, Anna. Number 24. Okay, 24. If you feel impatient for something to happen or worried that you are not accomplishing all that you want to achieve quickly enough, then take heart. The universe is working with you, not against you, to bring your dreams to life. Even times when not much else seems to be happening are a part of this creative process, balancing out other times when energy becomes active and intense. What will be most helpful for you and your dreams right now is to rest. During that pleasurable rest, behind the scenes, some spiritual magic is going to be creative. So that's the top. And here is the bottom. It's Beautiful Bandit. Y'all get cards I never see for myself. It's really interesting. Here you go. Anna, this one's just for you. This is the bottom card. You could choose right now to feel good about yourself. If you've been beating yourself up, stop it now. Don't let anyone else decide how you should feel about yourself. Taking responsibility for your actions means that when you have done something that you feel is out of integrity, you do something about it that is constructive and useful. Damning yourself with judgment or allowing another to steal your self-esteem is neither of those things. The Divine Mother is telling you to forgive yourself and use your energy now to live the best life that you can. It is time to take your life back. Aren't these fun, Patty? You know, it's funny. I think every single one of these cards has, you know, that element of truth in it. It almost doesn't matter which card I pull. I always have it hit a nerve for me. And I'm like, oh, I needed that one. Oh, I needed that one too. And I needed that one. And I needed the other one. So I feel you for sure. You know, it is a lot of fun to see these because like I said, I see cards when I pull that I would never normally see when I pull them for myself. There's 44 cards in the deck. And some of them I see over and over again if I pull one for myself. And then there's ones that I see only like when I'm pulling for you guys. It's actually pretty funny how that works. So anywho, it is 10:30 p.m. I am probably going to be on and off all day tomorrow. Y'all are either going to love me or hate me. I'm not sure which, but we're going to be talking about the summit, and we are going to be coming up with some amazing energy to get more people registered for the summit. We currently are at about 150 people signed up, and that is amazing. We are going for a few more than that though. So I want you to hold on to your hats, and well, it's going to be quite a ride. It's going to be so much fun. And I am looking forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. I'll be back online. Love you guys. I appreciate it. Thank you, Paula. Have a beautiful night. Take care. Bye-bye.